I'm here with Mike Anello, the co-founder of Drupal Easy. And now, Mike, you've been involved with Drupal Camps for a few years now. Can you tell us about what you've done with that?
Yeah, well, I'm one of the lead organizers of the camp down in Florida, and we're trying to get a second camp in South Florida going. I'm going to plug it right now real quick because it's actually October 22nd. Yeah, it's about a month away, so that's going to be in South Florida. It's the first big Drupal event down in South Florida. I've kind of been a big proponent of camps because I've gone to a few of them and I've really gotten a lot out of them, sometimes more so than Drupal cons. And one thing that I found was a lot of regions that could support a camp weren't having camps, and a lot of that I think is because no one really knew how to do it or how to put it on. So one of the things I did was I worked with a few other people in starting rewriting organization guides on how to actually put on a camp. Finding a fiscal agent, finding a good location, how to do it on the cheap, how to do it quickly, how to rally volunteers, all that type of thing. Because I think it's really important to keep the Drupal community growing, is to have these events where people actually get together and talk and communicate. It works a lot better than just constantly posting in forums and wondering who that guy is. Meeting people face to face, you tend to gain a lot more momentum.
So I know you've also been assisting the Drupal Association with an initiative. Can you tell us a little bit about that project?
Yeah, sure. That's called the Drupal Community Cultivation Grants. And basically it came out of the association's desire to kind of plow money back into the community, just for different smaller initiatives. It's myself, Thomas Turnbull, and Amy Scarvata. I always fear I'm going to say her last name wrong. Hopefully I got it right. But the idea is that the association has some money that they make available to us, and we accept applications. We're just finishing up actually today is the last day of our second cycle. So next week we'll be looking at all the applications that came in for people asking for anywhere from a few hundred to a few $1,000s to help fund their initiative. And these initiatives can be anything from helping to finance a Drupal camp, or some type of community initiative to implement a new feature in Drupal.
But they're all Drupal centered?
It's all Drupal centered and it's all community driven. The idea is to, it's right in the title, it's to cultivate the community. So whatever we can do to make the community bigger. One of the things about the association is they have no say in the code that goes into Drupal. So it's a kind of a fine line that we have to walk there, because we cannot directly fund code development, but we can fund initiatives that might involve code, but that also help grow the overall Drupal community. So it's kind of a cool, the criteria for actually submitting an application are very loose, because even we don't know what the good ideas are. So we don't want to put on heavy criteria that might put up roadblocks to people actually applying. So we keep it as open as possible. We've gotten some really creative proposals, and we try and fund as much as we can.
What would you say you're doing to kind of help spread the awareness of this project?
We do a lot of blog posts, and the association helps us out with some of the marketing. They put it in their BizConnect newsletter. They put things out on their Twitter account. A lot of it has been actually word of mouth as well, because once one Drupal camp organizer hears that another Drupal camp organizer has gotten, $1,500 from the association, they're like, oh, well, sign me up for that. I'll take some of that. So I think it's going to grow organically, and hopefully we'll be able to continue doing it.
Sounds good. Well, I know as a side project, you kind of started a podcast called Drupal Easy.
Right.
Can you tell us a little about that?
Sure. I've been doing that with Andrew Riley and Ryan Price for, I think we're going on 2 years now. We have something 64, 65 episodes at this point. We do it about every other week, and we try and talk about things that are recently happening in the Drupal community. But we also like to have people invite guests on the show with us. And usually they're people who are either prominent in the community or have written a Drupal book or something that they, to be blunt, that they want to plug or they want to market. So we talk about what's going on. We talk about what their product is or what their initiative is. And it's a really good way to, keep people who don't necessarily read Drupal Planet every single day, to keep them.
Who doesn't do that, though?
Yeah, exactly. Everyone here, I'm sure, but the other people probably don't do that.
Well, thanks a lot. This is Michael Anello, and I'm Kendall Totten with Media Current, and we're here at the 2011 Atlanta Business Summit.